2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
On the floor for the visiting Milwaukee Bucks. At small forward. At the other forward position. Jabari Parker. At the other guard position. And now, your San Antonio Spurs.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from San Antonio as the Spurs take it to the hardwood here at the AT&T Center. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. Looking at San Antonio, they took the win in their last game against the Clippers.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Parker is the 4 with Monroe in the middle. Chris Middleton is out there with Matthew Dellavedova, and it's Snell in at the 3 slot.
And one of the things I love about Chris Middleton is his decision-making. You know, he doesn't force shots or passes when he has the ball and just lets the play develop. And that's why coaches trust him so much.
Here's Snell after the basket by San Antonio. Dishes it to Parker. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
The wingspan of Parker is what helps him get these shots off. I mean, even when he's getting fouled, he's effortless in his shot attempts.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And Greg, when Jabari Parker is healthy, he has shown that he can be a go-to scorer in this league.
Parker reminds me a bit of how Carmelo Anthony looked at the same age. His ability to just blow by defenders is going to always be something he can lean on. Just fantastic with how efficient he is at this age.
And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Here's Middleton. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova.
That was really a platinum-level effort from Middleton. I mean, crafty in how he carved out room for himself on the interior.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
And there's the call on Ginobili. That's foul number 2 for him. Danny Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. Screen by Parker. Dellavedova kicks to Middleton. Knocks down the 3 ball. Middleton's got 5 points so far.
Man, it's so good to see how Dellavedova plays to his strengths, guys. I mean, specifically how he finds the open man. Nice.
Now, here's Aldridge. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Bucks have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Parker double-teamed. Gasol with the steal. Monroe the pass to Dellavedova. Over Parker. No good on that one.
You just make the assumption that's going down. I mean, an uncontested mid-range jumper, I think he should have buried it, but you know what? He didn't. It happened.
Now here is Aldridge. 6 points for him. Excellent D there from Parker.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
San Antonio on defense. It's a 3-point game. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
And you look at how they match up. Certainly you could see them losing, but you would still expect them to come away with 2 wins. Well, I tell you what, he is a deceptive athlete. When you look at Jabari Parker, he does a lot of things easily from an athletic standpoint. He's stronger than he looks, has much bounce and agility. Man, I love this guy's upside. Just hope he can stay healthy.
Now, here's Gasol. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. Over to the wing. Back to Dellavedova. Screen by Parker. The shot by Middleton. Wide open. Here's Monroe. And he banks in the layup. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Bucks.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And for Parker, it seems that everything he does on the floor is slightly deceptive. Moves smoothly, Clark, but covers a ton of ground with his steps.
Yeah, despite his size, he's got a gracefulness that belies his size. He's smooth and effortless in all that he does. A lot of players matched up on him just get overwhelmed by his explosiveness, and his skill set is right on par with his athleticism. That's a dangerous combo.
Here's Aldridge. Jabari Parker comes up with the rebound. Bucks leading by 7. Now it's sent it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Jason Kidd.
I asked him what reasons he cited for their disappointing record so far. He said, it's not so easy to put a finger on. I think we may lack the killer instinct of some of the better clubs. We haven't displayed the confidence to finish teams off even when we have them on the ropes. It's been a rough year for them, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Not a good start to the season. And so it's Milwaukee with it. After the basket by San Antonio. Screen by Parker. 6 to shoot. Here's Snell. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Snell's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second-chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Middleton. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And it's 8 points for Greg Monroe.
Yeah, and the determination by Greg Monroe. I mean, never gives up on the glass, which in turn earns him second chance opportunities near the basket.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
The Spurs shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit?
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Kyle Anderson comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. DeJounte Murray, he's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Henson with the screen. They set the pick. Here's Dellavedova. And that's not going to go. Back right after this. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. So for the Bucks, their last game a loss to Cleveland.
And if there's one aspect of the game that really stood out for me, it was the rebounding. Basketball is about possessions, and you saw a noticeable difference in terms of the effort both teams were putting forth.
Simply got outworked under the boards, guys. I mean, that's the no-brainer of the deal. I mean, they got pushed around all game long.
Mills out there with Murray. And there's Laverne. Then there's Anderson. And it's Bertans in at the small forward. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. Here's Murray. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Middleton. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. San Antonio making a switch here. Ginobili's checked in. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Now here is Dellavedova. Not a lot of room. Maker, no one around him. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Puts it up from 12. Rebounded by Maker. Middleton outside. Kicks to Teletovic. Passes it to Dellavedova. Here's the screen to Laverne. Over to the wing. Spurs working the ball around now. Here's Anderson. And Maker sends it back. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Dellavedova's got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks. Clark, thinking back to all the players you played with, was there one player who you just instantly clicked with on the floor?
Herb Williams was a teammate of mine for 2 years in college at Ohio State and a couple of years with the Indiana Pacers in my pro career. And he's one of the smartest and best teammates that I ever played with. Had a really good understanding and feel for the game, had a terrific motor, excellent touch, really good athlete for a guy that was 6'11", and is a dear friend. So he was probably my favorite teammate. And, you know, when I went to the Pacers, he had been there the year before and really broke me into the NBA in terms of things that needed to happen off the court to help me be the best I could be. So I'm indebted to Herb for his friendship and his mentorship as I made it from college. Well, actually from high school to college and then from college to the pros.
And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for San Antonio.
And they've pretty much ignored the corner 3 tonight. It's a useful shot to have. It really forces the D out wide and opens things up in the middle.
Here's Murray. Hawes with the block. They retain possession. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Dellavedova. Middleton for 3. Offensive rebound.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Bertans' shot is good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Bucks leading by 9. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
The Bucks shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And Dellavedova is a hard-nosed guy, tough guy, somebody who hustles for loose balls all the time. His teammates absolutely love his energy.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Laverne. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Bertans. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Murray. Leonard dishes to Aldridge. For the 3. And Parker with the basket on the assist by Rudy Gay. Parker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Rudy Gay suffered the injury last season, but was still a wanted man when free agency rolled around, Greg, and San Antonio got him.
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs made a big offer for him, and Gay felt it was the right fit. Interesting to see how his role develops in San Antonio.
Go to the line to shoot 2.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter. That's superb.
Mills, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. Aldridge, good.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
In the corner, it's Maker. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Parker passes to Leonard. Back to Parker. Here's Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
And now this game is becoming a showcase for Aldridge. He's been out of control. A one-man team. Now it's just a matter of getting him the ball and getting out of his way. And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Parker outside, fires the 3. Here's Hawes. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Greg Monroe was red hot to start the first. He had 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
What stood out to me more than anything else was how hard they got after it on the offensive glass.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter.
We come back to San Antonio now with a look at the world-famous Riverwalk with Bucks leading by 7. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. Parker is the 4 with Monroe in the middle. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Chris Middleton, and it's Snell in at the 3 spot. And again, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Spurs.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Aldridge kicks to Ginobili. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Here's Gasol. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. 6 points for Pau Gasol.
And the long arms that Gasol has is what allows him to drop dunks on defenders. What a powerful force close to the rim.
Parker kicks to Dellavedova. Not really his range, and it's off target. Spurs trail by 6. Well, you look at the Bucks offense, and they were very hard to stop when they got going. Near the top of the league in effective field goal percentage, which is a huge statistic. They did so despite not taking many three-pointers compared to the other top teams.
Yeah, you think about it, they led the league in how many of their threes were assisted on, Kevin, about 90% of them. And while they would look to the three-point shot, it was the result of ball movement, which often led to a good look. Still, their first look, though, back to that effective field goal percentage, was to get the ball inside.
Anderson, he's checked in for San Antonio. The Bucks also with the sub. John Henson's checked in for Jabari Parker.
And, you know, 1 for 4, not a good start. I mean, they got to play with a little more energy this half.
Screen by Parker. Ginobili dishes to Gasol. Parker passes to Ginobili. Leonard kicks to Anderson. Stolen by Henson. Here's Snell. He's covered by Leonard. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's foul number 2 for him. Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. DeJounte Murray comes in for Parker. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Teletovic is checked in. Ginobili with the steal. Anderson with the ball. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Right wing. They kick it out to Green. Now the pass to Murray. 5 on the clock. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Anderson's shot is off. Bucks leading by 4. Middleton the pass to Teletovic. Teletovic the screen. 3-pointer. Dellavedova buries the long-range jumper. Dellavedova's got 8 points.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line, not to it. Keep the pressure on.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Davis Bertans comes in for Danny Green. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Now here is Dellavedova. He's tightly guarded. That one wide left.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Anderson, great positioning on the putback. Anderson's got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can, Kevin. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from for Milwaukee.
And this is what happens when you are having a tremendous offensive game. That they are getting great looks and knocking down shots all over the floor. I don't think we're going to see them deviate from this approach from here on out. They've got the recipe for success.
Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs.
The former Tar Heel, John Henson, is incredibly efficient on both ends of the court.
Gay dishes to Mills. Back to Gay. Stolen by Middleton. And it's the Bucks on the break. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Bucks?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Bertans, and it's Leonard in for Anderson.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
From the stripe. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Dellavedova's got 10 points.
Like seeing Dellavedova rise up from the mid-range. That's right about his sweet spot, showing confidence shooting from there.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
And another fast break chance here for the Spurs. Here we go. And Maker sends it back. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Gay kicks to Aldridge. 4 seconds left. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Thon Maker.
And, you know, the length and height of Aldridge make him a tough matchup. He's a hard guy to go against, a strong forward that has an impressive mid-range stroke.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. The Bucks on top. They're up by 4. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
Everybody got to rotate, rebound.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Spurs trail by 4. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Manu is at the 2 with Leonard playing the 3. And it's Parker in at the 1 spot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. And he gets it back. The Bucks shooting reasonably well, 45%. Knocked loose. And Ginobili, here we go. It's good. This game is all even.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
Monroe's checked in for Spencer Hawes. There's the dish to Middleton. Here's Maker, and Gasol sends it back.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection. And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
Parker, with no one around, off target on the outside leaner.
And whether he's a great off-balance shooter or not, the leaner's probably not the best option on that shot.
Here's Aldridge, and the dunk by Aldridge.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Gasol against Monroe. Straight D that time from Leonard. San Antonio leading by 3. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with. And it doesn't take a whole lot of effort for Gasol to dunk it home. At 7 feet tall, he uses his height to power home those jams.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Maker. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes. He said, guys, we need to play with pace, and that'll get us some early fast break opportunities. We're playing way too predictable right now, guys.
San Antonio calls timeout. And what I like about Chris Middleton is that he is just a complete player, Clark. Can play on or off the ball in offense as well as get his points both off a catch and shoot or putting it on the hardwood. Also a strong defender.
Yeah, he's one of those understated, effective, outstanding two-way players in the league and probably should get more credit as such. He challenges shots, he can defend multiple positions, and he plays a little bigger than he is because he's got that great wingspan.
Dellavedova with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
Agreed. I mean, when the defense is right there, you got to move the ball, make the extra pass. That's a case of a poor shot selection.
Leonard the pass to Gasol. Then Gasol with the dunk.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
A little disorganized that time, and the result 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good.
Shot off the pick. And Middleton the bucket on the assist from Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got assist number 7 for him tonight. And the dunk by Aldridge.
Yeah, the assist by Parker, just brilliant. Really seeing his teammates out there.
Bucks trail by 6. Screen by Parker. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Dellavedova, that's good.
Hey, man, when you come from down under, you're not afraid of big shots. Dellavedova showing you exactly why he steps into those moments.
And that one is good. And 11 points for Leonard.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Parker outside. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got his 8th assist in the game. Parker outside. Aldridge dishes to Leonard. Gasol against Monroe. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And Gasol is a master at utilizing his strength inside, forcing the defense to become physical with him whenever he has the ball in deep.
And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
Milwaukee's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. That's tipped. Leonard with the steal. Ball going up court, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home, Kevin. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
The Bucks have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Screen by Monroe. Dellavedova kicks to Middleton, fires the 3. Gasol with the rebound. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They trail by 9. 34 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, pure desperation right now, Clark. You think there's enough time?
I doubt it. I mean, it's clear what they've got to do. Quick shot, foul, and they need some cooperation with some missed free throws from the opponent.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Monroe. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Tony Snell. Rashad Vaughn, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Peyton in for Matthew Dellavedova. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And the second of 2 is good. That brings them within 8. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Teletovic passes to Vaughn. Places one from 3.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really, the entire fourth quarter.
And, you know, this is the time to do it. Sinking triple after triple. And it ends up becoming contagious.
Shooting for San Antonio.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're trailing by 7. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tries a 3 off the inbound. Bangs home the trifecta.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up.
Best with the screen crack, still hit me back right away. Better not never hesitate. Don't come around, think you're getting saved. Trying to show the dogs brighter days. Got a torch trying to light the way. Biting everybody, which is ironic, cause your next album probably won't ever see the light of day. Have fans, but you let them down, but I guess that's how you getting down. I'm so high up, I'm